I think just going back to how well I work with almost all of the classes except that one. That to me is so surprising because I don't feel that I'm doing anything differently with them. I just feel that there's some personalities in the class that aren't clicking with mine, and I guess that's what it is. And I've applied a lot from this, like the person first, like a lot of that. I've done that pretty well, I think. Besides that one thing when I said poor eyesight, then I fixed that. But I've done a lot of that, and we definitely touched on more than just emotional and physical disability. We touched on, just be nice, just be human, just be thoughtful when you're speaking, even if they're normal or whatever, whatever their capabilities are. Just be, treat them. I don't think that we really ever covered that stuff in any of the classes, honestly. Like, we covered stuff about elementary, and we definitely covered things about special needs. But I never really, the only thing I remember is, like, what do you do if they get braces? Yeah, that's the other thing, is that why, I like these kids, and I tell them that, and I don't know if they feel that I'm genuine. But I'm like, you're sixth graders. I can't expect you to be a certain way the whole 50 minutes because you have these things going on in your body that are, for most of you, are just kicking in. I don't want to touch that subject. I don't want to touch any subject like that. I've poked them with certain little things, like the Cotton Club. We did 2 days on Duke Ellington and how all these black musicians performed for only white guests, and I just told them, luckily things aren't like that today. It went smoothly with some classes, but other classes weren't getting upset with me, but they were getting upset at that, at that issue. And I'm worried about losing my job.
The issue of losing your job, that looms so powerfully that in these moral engagements that you seem to handle so well and have articulated, is there a point in time where those will conflict?
No, I actually feel that, maybe it's just because it's my first job, and it's my first, months. That's the main thing. That I'm just testing the waters on that stuff. But I definitely, I definitely don't want to ignore stuff like that, ever. One of the kids, the first week we had to sit with him during lunch, and he said something about, I find being gay disgusting. And I'm like, oh my God. He was having a conversation with me, and I was like, I think I just said, I'm sorry you feel that way. I didn't know what to say. It was like the first week of school, and I'm like, I just didn't know what else to say. And I'm just thinking that, reflecting on it, I'm like, man, I wish I would have just told him. I said, some people are just born certain ways, they can't help it. And it's not that they should help it either. But I was like, get it. I wasn't quick enough in that moment to do that. And I was also just thinking, should I handle this since it's my first job and everything else. So I do just wish that there were something dedicated to more classroom management, but I feel that maybe that's just you got to get thrown in the fire, and you just learn that a little. You have to learn some of that as you go, and if you can't deal with it, then just quit, because you're probably not going to like it later either. The thing is I still love it. Like, some of these kids get on my nerves, yeah, but I go home and I think about, not very long, I just think about what can I do a little differently. And that's it.